Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. It's been such a long time. Okay, well, not so long, 2 weeks. I mean, throughout the month of August, we were here with the young people, and it was an amazing time, even though we were all around the world, giving back to the children, to the teenagers, and it was just amazing. So good to be back. And yes, who missed me? I missed you all. So I just missed, being in my space. People think that, oh, look at them. When you see the pictures on social media, you feel like, oh, camp is so all fun and everything. Oh, one day I should do behind the scenes of being at the camp. In Lagos, my mattress was on the ground. In Port Harcourt, my mattress was on the ground. In Abuja, oh, my mattress was not on the ground, but it was just like being on the ground because the bunk that we slept on was as hard as the ground. So, you're using at home, you have your personal bathrooms and toilets and stuff, but we're going to school. So you find yourself like 30 years back somewhere in your mind, like, you know, Well, we have to do it for the children. Thank you so much, Olayinka. So good to see you here. And I was just sharing my, briefly about my experience in August. So we don't get used to these things. Sorry. Hold on. Okay. Yep. So I see you on YouTube and now I see you on Instagram. Thank you so much. So when you're when you're on camp, let me just give you a small camp gist. Who loves to hear gist? They are here. I know you love to hear gist. Before, when I'm someone that can cope, like, yeah. But one of the things I struggle to cope with most on camp is food. The food is very good, but my response to the stress is not to eat camp food. Let me just confess. Like, I want to order food. I want to just eat home food because already I feel very homesick. Oh yeah, you don't know. When I see children coming to camp and they are crying, I'm like, welcome to the club. Me too. I want to be with my husband. You don't get it. I want to be in my room on my bed. But here we are, a whole month away from home, just doing this work with all our heart. This year I had to eat camp food. I didn't order one food at all. Okay, so in Abuja camp, my friend Coach Wendy, shout out to you, ma'am, ordered rice for me. If you see the way I hopped on that rice, she was like, what do you want to eat? Just tell me anything you want, my friend, and let me just get it to you now. I ate rice, I ate turkey. That was the best I got in the three camps. So you can imagine, I'm eating akara and pap, and somebody is sitting at home and is saying, "Oh, what are they feeding my children? They should give them salad." Is then I'm like, what are you talking about? Then is it the cold water issue? If I don't see hot steaming water, I cannot bath. I had to make do with what I saw, which is what we teach the children. Hello, my super mothers at the girls' home. I'm so happy to see you. Hope my queens are doing well in your care. That's your only job. Take care of these girls for me. Thank you. You know, and I'm like, I look back at my growing up. I went to military school, and I schooled in just the coldest city in Nigeria, and I'm sure in Africa. Not like seriously, especially at certain times. And sometimes our hot water tank will go off, go bad. Ajebota like me, I had to learn how the day there is hot, you enjoy it. The day there is none, you enjoy it. I mastered the art of using cold water to have my bath. So when we see these experiences on camp, we are happy to allow the girls, especially, go through it. Yes, because in your house they have everything they want. They have ACs. I got into some girls' rooms. AC chilling arts. 2 degree, cold, fan on, everything, and they're inside their duvet. And I'm like, look at this one's enjoyment. But my room didn't have AC. Their rooms had AC. Mine did not have, and everybody was okay. Although some of the girls tried to put up this attitude like, in my house. In my mind, I'm like, which house? What do you have? What do you own? Nothing. I'm always glad when there is a challenging circumstance on camp, because it's an opportunity. Our children don't know these things. The other day, I've shared this story, I think. We went somewhere, and my son, there was a pool in the house we went to, and it was the family friend's place, and my husband and the father of the house was like, Brian, get water from that stuff. And my son was looking confused, like, how do I do it? And I'm like, Jesus, we that we mastered the art of drawing water from the well. But I thought about it. So he has never seen a well. When's he going to see a well? No. Let who has a well? How many people's children have seen a well? Let's be sincere. The schools we have these days don't have wells. I saw a well in my school. When the tap is not running, you go to the well. Yes. And I was very okay. I mastered the art of getting water no matter how deep that well is. Don't even try yours. Don't even try yours. But these days, at the touch of a button, water is coming out. So how will our daughters, especially, learn adversity? We need to even manufacture adversity for them to learn. Okay, so that was my camp experience. But someone says I drew from wells. I drank from it in my primary school. I know, right? But it's not the same now. There is no school in an urban area that has a well. How are they going to get it? So how are they going to know? So when we see these children, they have to wait for food, they have to sleep in not so comfortable places, I'm like, enjoy it. It's an opportunity to gain this experience. So that was what my 1 month was like, sitting down at the airport, waiting for flight schedule. Oh, let me not tell you about our flight experience. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you teach the teenagers and then you have to come and go through what you are teaching. God, when we missed our flight in Port Harcourt, I was like, I have to leave. We have Abuja coming up on Tuesday. What am I doing in Port Harcourt for 1 week? That the camp is over. Somewhere in my mind, I said, what's the worst thing that can happen? Pack your bag and baggages, hit the road. Such stress. I mean, it was just a whole lot. But we're so grateful to God. My mom, after the last camp, my mom called again and said, no more camps this year. That's okay. I said, Mommy, I don't need advice. That's okay for 1 year. Oh my goodness. But the best part of camp for me was seeing my girls physically. Oh my goodness. If those girls had a way of lying down on my bed, I'm sure they would have. It was so beautiful connecting with them, talking with them, putting faces to the names. It was so good seeing my girls from last year, like Diela. It was so good to talk with them, answer their questions, encourage them, pray for them, pray with them, and see them hunger for God. Such a beautiful time. Thank you, everyone that shared. Thank you, everyone that supported. Thank you, everyone that sent their daughters, recommended us. We do not take it for granted. So we are back, and we are back bigger, better, stronger, and hotter. We have this series called the Attitude Series coming up in the next few weeks, say 5, 6 weeks. We're going to be talking about our daughters and their attitude. And I have 2 daughters, so I understand when people say girls have attitude, mine inclusive. I mean, they have passed through that stage where it was really, really bad, and we're working on it and we're getting there. Girls will always have attitude, if not today, tomorrow. Okay, maybe not always. I look at myself and I don't really see myself as one that had an attitude. Well, in the way, in what we call attitude. But doing a research and studying more about attitude, there are different kinds of attitude. So we have the attitude that is like the irritating one, the one where a girl is, is being rude. I'm going to, list it all out. Then we also have the attitude of being lazy and lackadaisical. So if you don't fall into this one, you fall into that one. And I'm going to tell you where I fell into. Come to think about it, I didn't fall into the rude one, but I fell into one other type of attitude. Yes, it's the same thing. We're going to be talking about all that. For me, I decided to start with the one I call irritating and filthy, because it's the first thing that comes to you when you're relating with a girl, especially this attitude where you know she's being disrespectful, subtly being rude, or she's being uncooperative. She's just refusing to cooperate. She's easily getting angry, easily irritated. Any little thing, she's just, and all that. Let me share some experiences, or some examples rather, so that if there's anyone you can connect with, you please drop it. I see you on Instagram. I see you all. Please make sure that you're engaging in the comments, so that we know that you are here. This is a good time to share this link with your friends, especially everyone that has a daughter. Whether your daughter is 5 or your daughter is 15, share this video. Don't allow them to wait when they have become old and strong. Then you start saying, Auntie Tima, come and talk to this girl. Let her stop being rude. How? How? I see the king of boys, Oklebuka, shout out to you. I don't want complaints from Oklebuka. Oh. This your girl that is now with my son. Why is he stressing? Why is he giving all of us attitude? I don't want. I want good reports. I do not want. And then it will now be looking like, what were we all doing when this girl was growing with this attitude? She was worsening, and we're like, oh, she's going to outgrow it. Who told you that people outgrow bad habits, bad behavior? Like my friend Coach Wendy would call it. Who told you that people outgrow bad behavior? It grows with you until you weed it out, until you deal with it. No. Haven't you people met some women, adult women with attitude? Some people complain about their pastor's wife. My pastor is so lovely, so wonderful, but that is why that's the way she looks. All that is coming from a place of neglect, neglecting the attitude, the outlook of a lady, of a girl. The girl is throwing a tantrum and you're saying, no, that's her age when she goes to secondary school. Who told you that places change people? Well, sometimes yes, but when it's there, it's there. I remember when I was in SS1, I went to military school. Best school choice my parents would do for me. And my senior sent me on a Saturday, no light, sent me to one very far, the opposite end of the school. And as I was leaving, I banged the door louder than is meat. Let me use Bible language. Dear all, the seniors that were awake, the seniors that were sleeping, the seniors that were gisting, the seniors that were passing by, everybody gathered. See, ignorance is a bad thing. I said punishment. Oh, till date, when any of my daughters bang the door, I have replay of that incident. I'm not joking. Saturday night around 9 p.m. Everybody was just, preparing to shut down to go to bed. I went and entered trouble. I said the senior was in SS1, SS1, 2, 3, JSS3, JSS2. Everybody woke up and came on my matter. That's when I knew that whether you are saying it or you are acting it, is the same thing, the same attitude. It's the same thing. So let me share scenarios. I just shared one personal scenario. Is there anybody that has another experience? Secondary school, you want to bring in an attitude, they will give it to you. By the time they are done, you will be very all right. Okay? So the first scenario I want to play is the scenario of of having a disrespectful tone. When your daughter has a disrespectful tone, or she gives you deviant body languages after an instruction, so she's rolling her eyes, she's banging the door like I did, or she's just refusing. That's what deviant means. She's just refusing to do as instructed. That is an attitude. Don't tell me she's not in the mood bow. You're not in the mood to obey an instruction, especially something that you were supposed to do, e.g., chores, cleaning your rooms. And then she's saying something like, can't I do it later? Or she's just crossing her hands, squeezing her face. That's an attitude, a bad attitude. Okay? So, or she's saying things like, I'll do it later. That's a bad attitude. Who can relate? Let's go to the next one. The next one would be, so also part of the body language is the hissing. The other day, it was my senior daughter. She came to my space. Girls, you like wahala, oh. Please, who has daughters? You see, girls, you came to my space. You were looking for something. You came to me, came to my corner, search for the thing, did not put it back the way it should be. Madam, go and put it back. And then she starts to go, and I'm like, why will you scatter it? And then she says, but I've heard you. Don't, why are you telling me you have heard me? If you left my space, I would have left you alone. Why are you now annoyed or not happy that I'm repeating? You know, girls don't like you saying things too many times. It's like nagging in their ear. They're like, stop already. So that's why if you're still here and you're yelling, you're still whining excessively, you will be fighting with your daughter. A lot of attitude will be popping at you. And she knew I was right. I'm like, you cannot respond to me in that way because this is my room and this is my space. So I'm going to talk as long as I want. If it was her room, I would have left her alone because that one is looking like, mommy, be going. They won't talk, oh, but they give you this, can you be going? I've heard you. So I'm like, that's rude. Answering me back with on my own space. No, that one is rude, unacceptable. She apologized and we're very fine. But you know, if you just let them, oh, it's true, I'm not supposed to be. What's that? They're going to grow with it. So the way they are responding, their tone, they, whether you heard the hit or you did not hear, as long as the mouth is the same thing. Attitude. Number two scenario, they give you the silent treatment. They give you the silent treatment. This is where they just want to stay alone. You ask them, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Are you okay? I'm fine. Do you want to eat? Who can relate? You see, that body language is like they're putting you off, they're putting everyone else off. That is a bad attitude. Then we have sarcasm and rudeness. They play. I had to ban the play in my house. I banned it. Come on, say, you're the one supposed to be doing this. Mommy, they play. Whether we are joking or we are serious, ban. Phrase banned. It's sarcasm, and sarcasm is a bad attitude. You ask a question, what kind of question is that now? Some of them are being rude to each other, not to their parents, to their siblings. Like, are you okay, guy? Can't you think? That's rudeness. You ask them a question and they just go like, yes, mommy. That is rude. Mommy, these are simple things now. You're supposed to know all these things. Rude. You tell them to go and have and maybe teach their younger ones something. They're like, can for how long am I going to be teaching? Who taught me this? Rude attitude. You send them to run an errand. Am I the only one in this house? Am I the only one in this house? That brings me to the next one. I went ahead of myself. Constant complaining. When your daughters are constantly complaining or irritated at tasks, they have an attitude. You're supposed to be having family time out. Oh my God. See, every time, can't people just allow somebody breathe? Attitude. That's an attitude. They are, they are not willing to cooperate with their siblings, with you. They are not willing to do teamwork. That is an attitude. They just want to be left on their own. They just want their space. That is an attitude. People, human beings, are meant to relate with each other. So when you're complaining about relating with others, you are gradually allowing your daughter, or if she's always complaining and you're not saying anything, you feel like, oh, that's how she is. That's how, since she was a child, she has always been like that. Attitude. That is what she's going to grow up with, and it's going to make her unbearable in her place of work, unbearable in business, unbearable in ministry, unbearable with others. It's coming from a place of constant complaining and irritability. That's why, when parents say things like, oh, my daughter does not want to join the girls up, all these mentoring things, she doesn't like it. You are gradually building a girl with an attitude. You're gradually building a girl with an attitude. Madam Grace, don't worry, we're going to see your daughter on camp next year by God's grace. I know how you feel. I know how she feels as well. Don't worry. By next year, she'll be there with us, bigger, better, stronger. Okay, so let's stop indulging these girls. It's an issue. Let's go to another scenario. Where your daughter is refusing to help or contribute. She's telling you, I'm not doing it. Can't somebody else do it? She's asking you, how many of your daughters have asked you, Mommy, am I a house help? And I'm asking, when my daughters ask me that question, I'm like, so am I the one? You're in training, wife in training, homemaker in training, adult in training. So if you want to give yourself the title of house help, that's still fine. Did I do house girl work? My mom, I can't remember my mom ever going to the market. I've never seen my mom sweep with a broom, sweep. No. I never saw. What are we doing? I grew up to not see myself doing these things. When we had cooks and housekeepers, they had JDs, job descriptions, and our work is not part of their job. They cook and clean for the owners of the house, my mom and her husband. We were on our own. I grew up watching my stuff myself. So who is the house help there now? Let these girls understand that they don't have a choice. You're a member of a family to contribute to the growth, advancement, and well-being of that family. You're not supposed to just sit down in your soft girl chair and just, pop. Just pop. There's a time to pop. That time is not now. My dear girls, tell your daughters that Queen Mother said that the time is coming when they will pop. That time is not now. That time is not now. So when they are refusing, and you know the thing, they start to refuse in your home. When they go out there, they complain. On camp, we will say to them, oh, girls are supposed to do this. You see some girls will be dodgy. Then you see some, the way they are even going, they are moving in a way that I don't want to. That was why we began to give certain awards like helpers, happy helpers on camp. We don't do best behaved on camp. We do happy helpers. We do resourceful. We do responsible. Those are the kind of awards we give. We're not here to come and see and say, oh, this person. How do we know best behaved? How do we know best behaved? What if you're pretending? So we need to get these girls to be happy to do these things, not just doing it because they don't want to be reported or because, like my daughters will say, I don't want mommy's trouble. No, they should be happy to help, delighted to help, gladly helping all the time. When I went to Kano, by the way, shout out to the Kano Yadas, I had a session with the girls. It was a practical session. That was not what I planned to do, but I just needed to teach them how to smell nice. So I went and got out all my toiletries. We did the practical. And when we finished, we went into my room. Excuse me. I showed them, we talked about how to make a bed, how to arrange a room, and all that. Before I would leave, I was preparing, we're preparing to go back to the airport to come back to Abuja. A few of them came and knocked on the door and said, "Can we help you?" I didn't ask them to. I had to beg some of them to go back. Let only one person help me. But I started to imagine, could they do this at home with their mothers? Because sometimes you tell them, "Come and help me pack," they start complaining. Who packs for another person? How do you know what the person is supposed to pack for? How, complain, complain. Why? Why can't girls do things with a cheerful countenance? It is an attitude problem. Meanwhile, you as the mother, in sickness and in health, you are serving these girls. In lack and in abundance, you are serving these girls. You're making sacrifices. You're doing everything that you can to ensure that your daughters are okay. And then when it is now their turn, they start throwing an attitude. It is no longer, we're not going to keep quiet again. We're going to tell the girls, no, we are demanding from you that you will serve us gladly and pleasantly. Yes. If you will not tell them, I will tell them. We have this amazing course, first time in the academy. This course is being launched. It's called the Attitude Reset for Girls. Hey, this course is costing, no, it's a serious course. That's it. So we want to help girls have a better response to tasks, to um, people, to their emotions, their feelings, everything, everything. So this course is coming for just 1999. But if you're in the girls' hub, you get to pay 2999 only. But make sure that this is being paid before 30th October, or else you have to pay 10,999. And that will be it. But in this class, honestly, we're going to talk about chores, we're going to talk about life goals. I realized that, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. Many times, when a girl is careless, complacent, and just disconnected from things like her chores, she takes that attitude all the way down to her vision, to her dreams, to her life. She just has this, it's not that deep kind of attitude, which is wrong, which is inappropriate. And that is why, including other reasons, that we are putting together this course for girls. Girls are the ones with the attitude. Girls are the ones with the "don't talk to me, leave me alone" kind of posture. So we are going to be dealing with it. Because tomorrow there are the same people that will come and complain. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants me. No, who likes a filthy, irritable girl? Who does? Nobody. Everybody wants somebody that is pleasant, that is cheerful, that is happy, that is okay. So if you're not going to be that girl, then nobody's going to like you. And no matter what you say, dear parent, you see, some of us know how to go and defend our daughters. You are going to fight for her in class. You're going to go and speak for her in front of her friends. You're always bailing out the girls, always going there to go and fight for the girls. Your daughter has a bad attitude, man. Nobody will like her. After fighting, go, she will still not be liked. Nobody will want to help her. Then she now goes, "I don't know why, and nobody wants to help me. Other people will come and they'll just help them. But when it comes to me, nobody will listen to me." It's her attitude. Our help is not by force, so you cannot force us to help her. It comes with a pleasant, cheerful attitude. Seriously? Yes, I cannot wait to see you in Lagos, man. Make sure you come with fresh drinks, fresh juice. Thank you so much. It's so for those like we do in the academy, if your daughters are less than 10, you register, okay? And you guide her throughout the course. Okay, so we have, of course, less than 10 can register, but we peg it at 10 and above. Less than 10 can register with the support of you, their mom. So, yes, you can also register. Now, let's go to the courses. Like I said, this is like a 6 weeks, series. We're going to be going week by week. You're going to really love it. Courses. Number one, hormonal. Hormonal. Yes, some of these things just spring up from their inside. They don't even know, they can't control themselves, especially if we're not paying attention to it. So hormonal changes, remember that the hormones that is coming on them at this phase of their life is responsible for their mood swings. So when your daughter is always in a mood swing, she cannot be nice now, really, in that way. It's affecting their energy level. They are just always slow and draggy. And then it's also affecting their emotional responses. Somebody's not feeling happy, she's just going to snap. So that's one reason. Then there's the brain development, the brain that is still developing factor, the part of the brain that's responsible for critically thinking things through is not yet formed, it's still maturing. Then there's also the part of controlling their impulse, making the right decisions, etc. Emotional responses, all that is supposed to be powered by the brain, and then the brain is still developing, so they're not going to, you don't expect anything better. When we see girls take wrong decision, and then you're like, do you have sense? The brain is not, the sensible part of the brain is not yet fully developed. That's why they need us. That's why they need us. So instead of just fighting them, you need to help them, begin to find alternatives to that, impulsive behavior. Then, of course, we have emotional stress from school, emotional stress from home. When we are over expecting, can't you see your mate? Then the girl just shuts down and she's withdrawing, and then you say, this girl just likes to stay on her own. You have pushed her to the extent that she's now withdrawn, and then she's she's free to just respond as she likes and further put her into trouble. That's the problem. Then we have friendship issues. Girls and friendship issues are like 5 and 6. Don't like what my friend said, don't like what my friend did. That's what they said. You laughed at me, I laughed at them, da, da, da. And then you are coming home and you're saying, come and cook. That's not what you want to do at that time. Cooking is not what you want to do at that time. So stress, and if we don't probe, if we don't check further, if we don't deal with it to see that, oh, this is a friendship problem. And until this friendship problem is sorted, your daughter will keep having that attitude. Sorry about that. So check her friendship problems. Yesterday, one of my girls in the girls hub is having a friendship problem. She sent me a message. I said, I want to get it back. We just resumed school. And as we resume school, just one day in school, I'm already getting message. May the Lord help his daughter. Because by the end of this week, I can imagine what my email and my WhatsApp is gonna be like. Friendship issues. Day one in school, we already have friendship issues. And if she's not taught how to manage it, she's going to just keep being impatient and irritable and just letting it all out just like that. So we need to check that. Then next we have home environment. If your home is tensed, always continuously tensed, your home is highly critical and judgmental, your family is a chaotic one, your daughter will probably have an attitude, because for her it's going to be like survive, just survive. And for you to survive, this is what you need to do. It's a problem. We're talking about the causes of this attitude. When your daughter is refusing to connect, to cooperate with you, she's gonna have an attitude. She's gonna give you a body language and body posture that is not acceptable. The next one is when she's emotionally unskilled. She doesn't know how to manage her emotions. That's why this course says that we're going to teach your daughters feelings management, emotions management. I don't feel like talking to anyone. What do you do at those times? There must be something that you do. Okay, let's go to the next one. Before I go to the next one, one of the things we're going to teach the girls at the Attitude Reset class is how to handle strong emotions. Some girls know how to handle, average emotions, soft emotions like, you know, okay, I'm happy, be happier, But strong emotions like sadness, disappointment, frustration, failure. How does your daughter cope when that is happening to her? Strong feelings. I wrote it in my book, a pretty guide to navigating emotions. By the way, I hope you have picked your 9 books, a whooping 9 books. This is navigating emotions, this is character development, this is world class confidence, this is a girl with sense or the girl with sense. And then we have the ones for children, sibling relationship, growth mindset, good friends, academic excellence, good manners, and social etiquette. So these books very, very key for your daughters. So I was saying about this one, I was talking about strong feelings in this book. There is a way to handle strong feelings. There is a way to handle strong feelings. And your daughters must know that sometimes you will have strong feelings. Sometimes you have unpleasant feelings, hard, harsh feelings. Sometimes you won't have it. You must be skilled at putting yourself together. Don't just be all over the place because you're not happy. Everybody around you must be sad. I don't understand how, why. Why must everybody be sad because you are sad? It's something that you need to deal with. The next one is inability to express themselves. When your children, when your daughters especially don't know how to express themselves appropriately, they bottle up a lot of things. They bottle up emotions, they bottle up reviews, no, not review now. They bottle up like feelings, responses. You know that this person said this thing and did this thing. I'm supposed to respond this way, but no, I can't respond. So he keeps quiet or she keeps quiet. And then the thing just worsens. Tomorrow somebody um maybe shuns them on the traffic light, they get upset. Excuse me, they get upset. Somebody tells them no at the bank, you cannot use my pen, they get upset. So these are all the things that we need to actually deal with. When we bottle up these emotions, it makes us either become more careful, more organized, or we just actually become deviant, like straight up deviant. You start to boss other people around, which is also an issue. Bossing people around is also an issue. It's coming from a place of gaps, ignorance when it comes to taking your decisions every day. Some parents just want their children to, some parents say something like, it's better for you to be, how does she say? It's better for you to boss people around than for them to boss you. Why? Why must there be a bossing around? Children should be allowed to do what it is that they love to do with your supervision. And before somebody say, let's go allow them to do whatever they like. No, that's not it. Okay, so I hope with these few points of mine, you have been able to check and see If this is something you can deal with, can you deal with this issue? Can you deal with it right now before this girl grows up with it and now becomes um, a full blown, irritable, annoying daughter? We need to learn to say to these girls, this attitude is wrong. Just as simple as it is. Raising your voice in this kind of conversation is wrong, wrong, wrong. Just allow your girl, just talk to anybody anyhow. I say, but is she not the cook? Is he not the driver? No, you have lost the right to speak in that manner to any domestic staff, no matter what. You have lost that right. She has lost that right. You have lost that right. Okay, so I hope you've learned one, two, three things. Please, excuse me, please, please, please make sure that you share this video with everybody who's raising a daughter. Share it with everyone who has friends with their daughters. Share it with people in your school, people who deal with girls, students, teachers, like senior students or other students, teachers. Just keep sharing so that gradually we begin to change the narrative that girls always have attitude. Girls always have attitude. That thing hurts me when I hear of it. It pains me so much because I'm like, people don't have any trouble. They just moving and they're just okay. Like not for the girls. Why? And so this is why we're having these conversations the next about 6 weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would not fail to mention that the course is coming up on the 1st to 2nd of November. Ensure that you register your girls. If you're in the girls' hall, use the money you have, pay for people. Some people I've never seen, I've never heard. Let them come in and set up. Let them be ready. Okay? So God bless you, everyone. I see you on Instagram, still keeping the number up, 14 of you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. God bless you. And I'm looking forward to hearing testimonies of how beautiful our daughters' attitudes are. Seriously. If you've not ordered the 9 books, make sure that you do that right away. Right away. This is so interesting. So interesting. You need to get your copy. Yes, see all 9 of them for just 30K instead of 45K. Instead, if you're buying one, please don't press calculator. 30,000 divided by 9. That one will not work. You have to be buying the 9 of them for 30,000 naira. If you want just one, then you get it at 5K. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Lydia. I already announced to the parents that everyone should celebrate you for the amazing work that you are doing. Um, thank you. Thank you for hosting us in Kano. Thank you for just being so wonderful yourself and the entire team. Coach Amina and all the other amazing mothers. You guys did such a beautiful work. We can't get over Kano. And I hope that my queen daughter is doing good. See my gift from her. Awesome. Herself and her brother. God bless them. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have not registered for the girls' hall, you see the girls' hall. I mean the girls' hall. You are joking. We already have people that have their registration number for 2025. So in case you are here and you are saying, Oscar and Zetima doing on Christmas Day, I'll greet her Merry Christmas. Then from there, I'll just tell her to just register my daughter. Sorry, that's not happening this year. You need to get her registered on her own so she can get on with her registration on her own. Yes, we have done it in such a way that these girls begin to wake up from now, not later. Let them begin to wake up. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. And I'm going to see you next week, same time, by God's grace. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day.